say what's good was popping. What's good was popping. Stay with me. I say what's good was popping.
Okay.
What's good was popping. Stay with me. I say what's good was popping. What's good was popping. Stay with me. Say what's good was popping. What's good was popping. Hey, this week's hot take is brought to you by no other than yours truly, Cam Newton, Mr. Boogie to all, and I couldn't do it without my dog, Peggy!
What's good, bud? Yeah. Come on now.
What we talking about, man? What's on topic?
Can Shedeur succeed in Cleveland? So they just wrapped up their last preseason game, and in 5 drives, Shedeur Sanders ended up with 5 sacks, 3 completions. He went 2.3 yards per attempt and netted a negative 27 yards on 11 dropbacks. All right, and so after that game, which he struggled in, this was his comments about him making the team.
Couple days, 3 days until roster cutdowns. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like you belong here on this team?
Obviously, I think overall as a player, I feel like I put in the work. I feel like everything I do, I try to do it to my best, and that's all I ask for. So I feel like everybody feels like, they should be on the team, and if you ask anybody on the team, would they feel like they belong, in their own eyes. So I feel like I do, but I'm my own player. I think about myself in a high regard.
So just to give you more context on the situation, in the last 2-minute drill, everyone probably in the world thought Shedeur was going to get another opportunity to do a 2-minute drive to revive, what he's been doing within this last game. But they set Shedeur and put in Huntley. Coach Stefanski spoke about it and said he's a competitive kid, but the plan was to go with Snoop. And so right after that, 24 hours, they let Snoop go. All right, they cut him from the Browns, and they also traded Kenny Pickett away to the Raiders, and they received a 5th-round pick. So, Cam, speak on the decision for Coach Stefanski not to play Shedeur in that final game, and what did you get from Shedeur's final preseason game?
This right here? This right here? Hey, you right there? This is my go-to snack, the wonderful pistachios. They call it the Don't Hold Back snack for good reason.
These ain't your regular pistachios. I'm talking flavors like honey roasted, chili roasted, and jalapeno lime. And each serving has 6 grams of protein and 0 grams of regret.
You want a classic crack of the shell? Go with the end shell. Prefer no mess? Grab the no-show bag and you're good to go.
Whether we're in the studio, traveling, or just need something quick, this is always in the rotation.
So don't hold back. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more about this Don't Hold Back snack. I think the real question is, do you think you belong on this team? I don't think you should be asking Shedeur that. I think you need to be asking old Coach Stefanski that. I think you need to be asking management that. I think you need to be asking ownership that. Because what it's given like, what are we doing? It's getting to a point where it's becoming abundantly clear that there's a motive in Cleveland. Okay? Now, when I look at this stat line here, even though some people would look at the yards, some people would look at the touchdowns, what I'm seeing is the efficiency, but more or less, the sack yards. And the sack yards say what, Peggy?
5 of 41.
Okay, then go to the next one.
Joe Flacco was 1 sack for 9 yards.
Go to the next one.
Dylan Gabriel was 0-0.
Hello!
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of determining factors there, Peggy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we all want to see is equal rights.
Yes.
Huh?
And just to state, 4 of those 5 O-linemen blocking for Shedeur got cut the very next day.
We all want to see equality amongst the locker room in Cleveland. Because up until this point, we've only had really one opportunity to evaluate Shedeur, and that was the Carolina Panthers game. Mm-hmm. Now, given unforeseen circumstances of him being injured, he lost an opportunity.
Yep.
And that's what goes back to my point. The best ability is
availability.
Okay. Now, as I was looking at that game, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, there's certain things as a fan, but as a football critic that I know has carried over. And these are bad habits. What are the bad habits? Okay. I've seen Shedeur play a lot of football, whether at Jackson State, whether at Colorado, and now at Cleveland. Certain habits carry over with you. It could be bad technique throwing the football. It could be bad eyes or what have you. When I'm watching Shedeur Sanders, the worst habit that I've seen him have, and rightfully so, is he does not step up in the pocket. He does not step up in the pocket.
I need you to break that down for the
He
person that does not understand that.
Step up in the pocket. But hear me out, though, because with every critique, there's also an analysis of understanding why he does not feel comfortable with stepping up in the pocket. So for the common fan or for the common person who sees this, they may not understand, okay, the importance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step up, let the ball go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, step up, boom. What Shedeur has been doing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sack.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is if I'm a left tackle, if I'm a right tackle, if I'm a left guard, if I'm a right guard, this is what made Tom Brady, this is what made Peyton Manning, this is what made Drew Brees, and this is what made the great quarterbacks able to be great. Because number one, they throw on time. Number two, they get the ball out, and they do not take sacks. Right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm stepping up, but my left tackle is in this position where he's pushing them by. Push, step, wash by. Stay with me now.
Okay, I'm with you.
So if I'm the left tackle and I have Myles Garrett, right? If I'm having Myles Garrett right here, I'm going to step, I have help inside, I'm going to wash him by and allow the quarterback to do what, Peggy?
Step up in the pocket.
Step up in the pocket. You buy yourself an additional second. You buy yourself an additional read. You buy yourself an outlet to potentially scramble. When I look at Shedeur Sanders, the bad habits that I have observed is that he does not step up in the pocket. But like I say, the analysis of that is realizing he's not used to having a meaningful line.
And I was going to ask you.
So if your line is not competent of creating, as we call, a U or a proper pocket, it looks like a U, right? So if I'm stepping up, you would have it, and I've learned this firsthand being in New England. The greatest years of Tom Brady's career, he had an anchor at right guard. He had an anchor at left guard. Why? Because they cannot get bull rushed. He also had right tackle, left tackle, and they was just walling them past. Tom Brady would take a three-step drop, stand right here. He was so calm in the pocket that sometimes they label it dead feet, right? Tom Brady would. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
Shedeur does not have that luxury because he has created a habit over time. So as I'm observing Shedeur over these many years, I've seen this kind of happen, but he's been able to get away with it. Because Shedeur, we know Shedeur is not blazing fast.
No, he's not.
But he does have escapability.
He does.
So much so, like other quarterbacks in the league, they're very savvy with certain things and how they do certain things. I say all that to say, when you're looking at this particular statistic of taking sacks, when you've accumulated 40 to 30 to even 20 plus in negative yards, that's not a good sign.
No, it's not.
That's protecting the drive, right? They have a statistic in the league that says if we get a sack, numbers go up as far as us getting off the field. Sack, now it's 2nd and 16. An incomplete pass, now it's 3rd and 16. Now, hey, get off the field. One sack can impact a drive in astronomical ways that you don't want to get used to. So it may not look good for him to be in this situation where, okay, drive 1, sack, drive 2, sack, drive 3, sack. Now, Stefanski, we got to go win us a football game.
That is real.
It's not all to say that it's his fault for those sacks because the ball is still in your hands as a quarterback. Get the ball out of your hands. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep.
These are the small intricacies that any player in the National Football League will know and understand. So if I'm Shedeur Sanders, if I'm an individual that has been seeing this and will watch this, there's a constant with quarterback coaches, offensive coordinators, and offensive line to allow the quarterback to step up and have a clean pocket.
So I got one question to ask you real quick in regards to that, the stepping up in the pocket. How much does trauma play into the psyche of a quarterback? Because as you talked about, in Colorado, they were known not to have a great O-line. Even these 4 or 5 O-linemen that even in this last game that he played with did not protect him. Obviously, 5 drives, 5 sacks. How much of that trauma, because he seems like he's going back into his old ways of doing things that he was doing in Colorado, how much does that translate into your game?
I think it's time.
Time for what?
I'm talking what it really was like to be in the moment of the greatest season in Auburn history.
To present the coach's trophy for Coach Gene Chizik and the Auburn Tigers.
So what you saying?
I'm talking the one-of-one tour. And it's time to tell it all. You ever heard the analogy you're seeing ghosts?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's also, too, from a quarterback perspective, you know who's in that huddle.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I'm looking into it too deep, but as I was watching that game, Shedeur Sanders had bad body language.
Okay.
Bad body language under the pretense of him knowing, like, come on, bro. What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, tighten up. He knew something that we probably all knew. Because 4 of those 5 guys that was protecting him is gone. Vamos. Poof. Like Ocho said, on their LinkedIn, on their Twitter, on their doggone Instagram, it's going to say former Cleveland Brown.
That's true.
So, as you're approaching a huddle and you see these guys that's going to block for you, you don't have confidence to step up.
Yeah.
So, shell shock is to say the least.
Okay.
I'm not sitting up here about to step up into a wall. I got to give myself an out. But understand, this is also the NFL where guys get paid a lot of money to bring you down.
Yeah.
And they did. You can't just sit back and spin and hoot and hurdle and spin. This ain't Madden, bro.
Yeah.
So Stefanski at the end of the game, when given the opportunity, hey, it is his job to make the uncomfortable call to say, I believe Snoop in this particular situation puts our team in a better situation to win a football game. It's unfortunate. But like they say from around where I'm from, I listen with my eyes. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
So they must know something that we don't know. And I'll ask the question again. Do you want to be on a roster? Have you earned the right? Whatever she asked Shedeur, the question should be, hey, can we give Shedeur that same lineup and personnel that you gave Dylan Gabriel? Not to say that Dylan Gabriel ain't looking good.
Yeah.
Because your boy looking all right.
He's taking his opportunities and doing well with them.
But giving the personnel around him, like you giving me
We got two different tests.
Spoon or a spork to fight in a doggone. They got AKs, they got Berettas, and I even see a grenade over there. What we got, Coach?
Fork and a slingshot.
That slingshot with no, and the rocks is over there.
God, told me.
What? Dang.
Gonna have to
It's
eye gouge
tough.
and scratch your
I'm
way
trying
through.
to tell you, bro, it's one of them things, dog, that you have to really evaluate and say, the reality of it is this. As a 5th-round pick, you don't get to pick your personnel.
If he can claw out of this one, boy.
It's not even about clawing out. You need opportunity.
But speaking of opportunity and action, right now they have named Joe Flacco the starter starting out in the season. How many games do you have Joe Flacco starting? And then how many games do you have Shedeur Sanders sitting?
That's not the...
If you had to just give a certain amount. Because Joe Flacco, just to give context, he's 40 years old, going into his 18th season. The last time he started for the Browns, they went 4-1 after Deshaun Watson got hurt, and they end up going and securing a playoff spot and were blown out by the Houston Texans 45-14. So with this, we already know, everybody knows that Joe Flacco isn't the end-all be-all. He's a Band-Aid situation, but Band-Aids do come off. So when will that Band-Aid come off for the Browns?
I think what we've seen, they have more invested in Dylan Gabriel than they do in Shedeur. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen. As a 5th-round pick, you don't get preference of who you want.
Yeah.
That's not even in a discussion. I think Dylan Gabriel has earned more respect with given more opportunity to prove what he's capable of.
Yeah.
I think if Dylan Gabriel did something that was like, okay, nah. Because I'm seeing Joe Flacco start, then you have Dylan Gabriel, then you may have Shedeur on practice squad or something like that. That's not to say he can't evolve and become the best version of himself. But the truth is, he's not given the circumstances that other quarterbacks have been given.
That's true.
And when you do get opportunities, you cannot take sacks as a whole, but bad sacks. One of those sacks accumulated upwards of around 30 yards. Like, you can't do that. Throw the ball away.
Yeah.
Get the ball out your hands. All right? Because above all, somebody's gonna whiff on a block. They're gonna get you to point or ideal mic, and then they bring the pressure. Those things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
But as a coaching staff, we need to understand and ask this question: can you protect the ball and get us in the right play and situation? People always like to make these comparables about what made Tom Brady great. Tom Brady was great because he eliminated the thought of getting in a bad play. Throwing the ball at a receiver's feet is a win. It's not going to make a stat sheet. It's a win. Because instead of taking a 10-yard sack, now it's 2nd and 10.
Or interception.
You understand what I'm saying? But you can't do these things if you don't necessarily know and you're not hip to understanding, hey, they got us. Let me throw it away. Let me get the ball out of my hands. All right? And that's what you will learn. But when you watch Shedeur and when you've seen him over the years, these things happen.
I have to ask this, though, even for a rookie quarterback. And granted, your walk was different than his, but I see Shedeur in some of these plays when he's trying to scramble, he's trying to hold on to the ball more. It's seeming like he's, just for your analogy, trying to be a game changer more than a game manager. Is it of his best interest right now to be a game manager, just to don't do more than what the team or what they're asking you to do? Don't lose the game, but you don't have to go out there and win the game.
I think one of those situations, bro, is everybody understands the situation that you're in. We're not asking you to be He-Man and take over. That's not what the situation asks for. We know that you have a liability at right guard, right tackle, center, and left guard. Dang, it sucks.
It do.
What we don't want you to do is make matters worse. If he whiffs on a block or you don't feel, man, get the ball out your hands. Is it going to affect your passing percentage? Absolutely. Is everybody looking at these statistics? Absolutely. But you didn't take no sacks.
And that don't tell the whole story of the game.
It doesn't tell the whole story of the game. Correct. So as I'm going down my notes, I'm even saying let's play back the 2-minute situation.
Yeah.
Is it getting too hot in the kitchen? Does the Cleveland Browns really want to have to answer these questions? Because let's play a game of what if.
Okay.
Do you know how hot that kitchen would have been if instead of Huntley being the quarterback leading the team to a game-winning field goal, it was Shedeur? Does Coach Stefanski really want that?
No, he don't.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel like he did that as a protection for himself and Shedeur.
Man, this is what people need to understand about the NFL. Things don't just happen by happenstance.
Yeah, that's real.
Somebody told him, hey, whoa. Guaranteed.
Yeah, that's real.
Because at that particular point of the game, the narrative was what they wanted the narrative to be. And it's hard for me not to think that way. Because when you give them some bum players, you over here trying to go to the Kentucky Derby with donkeys and jackasses.
Yeah, that's real.
Hello?
Bunch of misfits.
I mean, you got Wimby over there, and I'm over here looking at Peggy. Like, come on,
yeah,
man.
I'm ready to
NBA
dunk.
championship.
Yeah.
Peggy got his knee brace smelling like Bengay. He Tylenol, Advil, and ibuprofen in. Yeah, I said, man, you want me to win with this?
That's a winner right there.
Man, please.
I lay it all on the line.
Chicken dinner.
Please.
My boy. But it's one of them things like, bro, come on now. You cannot and you will not win without help in this league. I don't care how good you are.
And I think that is a story that they want to tell in Cleveland. Like, one thing with the league, it is safe to say they push P, and that's propaganda. They're going to push the story and the elements or the people that they want in certain spots. Obviously, Dylan Gabriel is a great player, but like you said, they are setting him up to be the next person to take over in Cleveland, and that's evident.
It's unfortunate that we're seeing what's really going on. Can Shedeur be better in those moments? Absolutely.
For sure.
But does the Browns need to be better in those moments? Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, this is where people must understand the operations of the NFL. We don't care who you are. They showed that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you change the last name or the first name of that particular individual, this is not even a story. And the Browns know that. They also understand, let's keep the main thing the main thing. It's already been a zoo during this training camp. They had more people pay attention to this training camp alone, more so than people paying attention to when they was on Hard Knocks. Mm-hmm. You didn't even remember that they was on Hard Knocks a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Hello. It's one of them things that, hey, we good where we at, Coach. We feel good about Joe Flacco, all right? And from the looks of it, we have something to feed off of in Dylan Gabriel. Mm-hmm. Is Shedeur a part of those plans? If you gave me an opportunity to bet, we're going to develop Shedeur. Put him on practice squad. Let him get the flow of, okay, these are how things are done in the NFL. He needs that. The reality, too, is there will be more Shedeur Sanders jerseys in the stands than Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Myles Garrett, Jared Judy, and any other player on that Cleveland Browns team.
That's real.
I'm not done. Combined.
He leading jersey sales right now.
Hello?
And they ain't even played in a full real game, a real game.
That's the thing.
That's scary.
That's what the Cleveland Browns executives and owners have understood to say, hold on. We have to get control of this. If we allow Shedeur Sanders to keep making his case to say he needs to be a starter in this league, they've realized and identified he's not even competing for a starting job. He's competing for a roster spot.
And they over there selling out jerseys for a roster spot.
That's the thing.
That's
Everybody's saying like, hey, bro, they doing Shedeur wrong. But the Browns are saying like, hey, we we got to manage this circus that's taking on. We don't want to give, you might as well light that on fire, put gasoline fluid on it, light my cigar and flick my cigar over there. Whoa, it's going to be more than they want. They got to get ready for the regular season. We don't want that. Stay with me, Peggy. Mm-hmm. Listen with all four of them eyes. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not them big old teeth.
Nah, you keep on. I'm going to take two of them eyes out. You're just going to have them glasses.
That's
looking
cool,
like Ray
brother.
Charles over there.
That's cool. That's all, Peggy. Did I make my point?
Man, you made your point, brother. We're going to see what's going down in Cleveland, man. Them Browns, hope they hold it down.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's tough. It's sticky. But the message should be, Shedeur, he's innocent. Mm-hmm. And he shouldn't apologize with what comes with him.
Mm-hmm. It's bringing him money.
He shouldn't apologize. But as I can relate to a situation, certain things is out of your hand. And Shedeur, my guy, don't dim your lights for no one or nobody, especially not no organization.
Straight up.
You dig what I'm saying? He can't do anything about it, bro.
That's him. He's come along with the territory.
He can't do anything about his situation, nor can the situation do anything about him. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. And there you have it, Peggy.
Sir.
All right, then. One finger. Hey. I said one finger. Hey. Can't forget the pinky. Add in the thumb. All together. One love. You dig.
And that's our wrap.